Yes, sir. Is it sharing screen?
Yeah,
Hello?
your screen is visible. Good.
Yes, sir. This one I did. Login test. First assignment one. So QA automation engineer testing the login functionality of a company HR management system before a production release. So you gave the orange HRM URL. So in that, I created first base test class. Okay. In this base test
Okay.
class, I initialize browser and tear down browser. Those two methods I described in base test class. So for
Mhm.
initially, I'm calling the web driver. We are declaring the web driver. So public void initializer. So yeah, this one I written in before method, means executing every method. So first need to execute these two methods. So that's what I declared in before method annotations. So public void initializing. In that I've written properties property. As in property file, this is the config property. In config property file, I stored the uh, URL, username, and password. These three things I kept it in config dot property file. So those things I'm calling in base test class here. Then I'm initializing the Chrome driver. Then expanding the implicit wait I gave 10 seconds, and maximize the screen, and driver dot get property URL. And this is the method tear down method. After once execution is completed, to close the driver added here. Then I created the login test class. In login test class, I extended the base test. So I declared here extend report and logger. And in public void setup report, means before class I've written on method. In this method, I'm adding yeah, extend reports script. These things I added in setup report method. After that, I written my login test script. And in the script, I am initializing. Here I'm calling the method. This thing I written in base class. Those method I'm calling here. Initializing means a browser will open. So after that, driver dot find element by dot xpath for username text field. This is the XPath for username text field, and the send key. So this send keys data is stored in property file that I'm calling here, means send key dot username. Similarly, this is the XPath for the password, and this is the value. So this thing I stored in config dot property file that I'm calling here. So after that, this is the button for login button, and dot click method I'm calling here, dot click method. Then I need to validate the dashboard is visible. After successful login, I'm navigating to dashboard screen. This is the dashboard text XPath. So is displayed or not, I'm going to check here. So for that I'm using as a true is displayed. So if test pass, then I'm getting login successful, dashboard displayed, login successful. Then I'm add the screenshot script in catch. And this is the closing of flush, and log.info and log.test.info. If I execute this test case script, it's executing. Username and password is entered, and click on login button. Dashboard screen is displayed. One test case is passed. And if I comes to extend report, before that I will do refresh. Open with web browser. Yeah, here it will open. This is the extend report. Browser launched, username entered password, successfully login, and dashboard is displayed.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah,
And the
with that.
screenshot, if I did the, for example, here if I entered invalid XPath, and if I save and run, then I will get the screenshot in screenshot folder. Mm, Blank screen get before it was getting. I don't know now why it.
Yeah, it failed in the beginning itself. That's
Uh, and
but
sir,
you're
in
getting
this,
the screenshot. You are
mm,
able to get
yes.
using my password. Okay, good. That's
And
really
sir,
good. Yeah.
here, one more question you added: attach screenshot to extend report. That I didn't get in the same question. Other than remaining whatever task you gave in assignment one, I did, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. Like you don't have to attach the screenshot to the report, but finally, if you're getting it in a different folder, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
So
And
in real world, when you're creating a framework,
mm,
so you actually send the extend report, and also you can create a report by uh, what do you call the month, the date, and the year, so that every report is unique. That's totally fine. And also you can create add the screenshot with the same. Okay, that we'll see in the framework creation, which is today. We'll see few days. We'll see totally, but that's totally good, yeah, Pavitra. Thank you so much. And if possible, please do add your code if you can. I don't know how many pages you have created. You
yes,
have
sir.
actually had a proper framework creation. That's good. Thank you so
Yes, sir.
much.
So I
Thank
have
you,
a
sir.
doubt in that first question. There is a method called attach screenshot, something like that.
Hello.
Yeah, then tell me what was
So
your doubt?
the screenshot thing, no, there is a method called attach screenshot, something like that. Not in this program. Like I saw a method. So will it attach that if you're opening the extent report, will the screenshot be attached there, something like that?
So you have seen attached screenshot method. Okay.
But I
So that
tried it.
is
It
okay.
didn't
You
work.
tried it and it worked. Good. You can show that also then.
No, it
I've
didn't work, sir.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
That's fine. So in real world, what happens is when you present a report, either it can be a pass or a fail report. Okay. So when you present a fail report, the expectation is the same test case or a test method should have a screenshot of the screenshot folder. You can also attach it. Okay. Even though if you attach it, you have to be able to open that particular HTML programming and then open the screenshot. You can do it. That is also fine, but that was not the scope of the assignment. Okay, anyone did the second one, guys?
So I completed. Let me share my screen.
Yashodhani, go on.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so I'm presenting the second assignment. So in this assignment, I'm creating WebDriver, log manager, and extend report and extend test report, everything. And I'm first, you asked us to do it in using single test method. So in the test one, I'm creating an extend Spark reporter, and after that I'm creating a test report also. And for storing the username and password, I'm taking list here. So inside the list, I'm giving the data type as map of string comma string, so I can store multiple username and password. So first I'm giving the valid username, which is Tom Smith, and super secret password, and I'm storing the second username and password also in the list. And after that, I'm adding that map to the list. Then I'm creating a Chrome driver. I'm calling a driver, and the driver is launched successfully here. I'm maximizing the window. I'm implicitly giving the weight, dynamic weight. And after that, for the username, I'm using here the send keys. I'm getting the username from the collections using the for loop. Okay, so give me a second. So I'm getting the username from the for loop, and also I'm getting the password here. So when the username and password is entered, I'm clicking the login button. So the login button is clicked. I'm giving it in the login.info. And after that, I'm also checking if it's logged in or not using assert equals. If it login successfully, then it will give login success, or else it will go to the catch statement, and it will take the screenshot there, and it will give me a log file as invalid credentials. And I used after class here for closing the browser. So now I'm running the program.
The first one is positive scenario, is it?
So both of them will return. So I've given it in the loop. So first positive
Okay.
scenario, it will be that input, and second time it will run for the negative thing.
Okay.
So username and password is entered. I think my internet is a bit slow today.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Not an issue. If it passes, else it will be an extent screenshot. That's totally fine. The only thing matters is you guys are doing the assignments. That is like the better way, right? So you're understanding the scenario, you're able to recreate all these things. That's more than enough. That is more than enough in the industry standard.
Shall I close it and run it once again?
Yeah, sure. No issues. So usually if you're connected to a Wi-Fi, you can just click, oh yeah, you can run it once again. You guys are not able to run through testing.testng.xml. Even I saw Pavitra like running the same thing. And also, have you guys tried with MVN test?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No problem, no problem. So in future assignments, try to have the command line, because when you're going for CI/CD, the only thing that works is command line. You
It's
cannot
logged
right
in
click.
here.
Good.
It's taking a long time. So basically, it will log in and this browser will be closed, and again it will be opening for that negative scenario, and it will give us invalid output. That's how it works. And for the invalid output, the screenshot will be stored in the screenshot folder.
Okay.
So I'll close it and I'll share my code in the chat. So
That's fine. Can you show your screenshot folder if you have ran in the previously and all?
so it's that browser is closed and now it is opening for negative input.
So you're saying it is continuously running?
Yeah, it will run
Okay.
twice for positive ones and for negative ones.
Okay. So these are all the demo sites, guys, like Hero, Internet Hero, Lookup, the Orange HRM, I think Source Labs, SourceDemo.com. These are all the practice sites. You guys, what are the assignments I give? Make sure you hold these websites, okay?
So screenshot for that negative scenario.
Okay, good. It got captured. Nice.
I'll open the reports. So first time the Chrome driver is launched successfully, and I'm giving dynamic way. Valid username is entered, valid password is entered, login button is clicked. It's logged in successfully. This is for the positive scenario. And for the negative scenario, again Chrome driver is launched successfully. Dynamic wait, username and password is entered, login button is clicked. So it is invalid credentials. So the test case is failed here and the browser is closed.
Okay. Good, yeah. Thanks, Dharni. Thanks, Pavitra. You also share your code, Dharni. And
Sure.
guys, you guys have any doubts, Dharni and Pavitra? Anyone else in the class? Understanding scenarios, guys. If no doubts, not an issue. Let me share my screen. You can share your code, Dharni. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen now. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, whenever you are designing a framework, right, you have to see which tool is compatible. Okay. For example, so my framework, let's say, which I'm doing right now, is based on automating this particular Orange HR. Okay. What is it? Is it a website or web tool or a mobile application or a desktop site? What exactly is this?
Website.
Websites. Okay. So there are many tools available in the market for the websites. So basically, Selenium is there, WebDriver is there, and number of things are there. Okay. So when you are taking a project, let's say we are selecting Selenium for the course wise. So there are also many other tools which you can explore. So Selenium is still based with the combination of Java, highly recommended tool for automation. Okay. So manually, you just see the scenarios which we can work. Okay, for example, I'm just logging in admin123 and click on login. So you'll write a manual test. Okay, this is the username and password. Sometimes you'll get like this, clicking on OK. And there are n number of tabs are there. Admin tab is there, PM tab is there, leave tab is there, etc. etc. So, so what is exactly are there in leave tab? You're applying a leave. What exactly is there in time tab? What is there in recruitment? So if you have been to any company, right? So every company will have their own tool. For example, in my company, I have my own tool called Workday. So where I log in hours, where I click on absence if I want to take a leave, if I want to finish the courses, I'll do that, and etc. So there is a payroll. Zoho is one of the payroll where I can get all my IT returns, forms filled, form 16, etc. etc. These are all tools which are there for the application for the company. Think this is a or a HRM is a HRM tool. Okay, all the manual or the regression suite you should have in your mind when you're doing it. So based on this, we'll create our framework. Okay, which project we'll choose for our framework? Which project? Which project will use or we'll use for a framework? Main project? No? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is basically from the scratch, guys. Okay. So from the beginning, what and all we needed. So this here also we'll see the same test case to be used in Chrome and Edge. If possible, we'll see Firefox also. The same test case should work in cross-browser testing also. We'll see many scenarios. We'll see. So it will be a slow session for you guys to understand. Okay, it might exit today, tomorrow also, but I want your participation. I want your attention. Okay, let me create a Maven project. So if you remember, the other day I would have given you the the notes. I will see the notes also for the time being. Just try to see here. First, I'll write, I want to create a very simple project. So as soon as you create a simple project, the first thing what you have to do, so group ID, you can have like com.mini project. And in artifact ID, which will be the title of the project, we can write orange HRM, something called automation framework, something like that we'll write. Okay, let me click on finish. So as soon as I finish, you can see Maven here, and it should be ready to build each and everything. So it might take time based on your internet space, based on your RAM of the computer. So here you can see there are source main Java, source main resources, source test Java, source test resources. This is the folder structure it created by itself, the Maven created by itself. Okay. Now first, let me parallelly show you the framework which we are going to see completely by scratch. Okay. So let me stop the share. In between, if you have doubts, please do ask. Okay. Now let me share the screen. So the framework which we are going to choose is a data-driven framework. Okay. You tell me, I think Pavitra and Dharni have shared the screen, right? What was the concept of data-driven? We have discussed in previous sessions also. What exactly you mean by data-driven and what we can use in data-driven here?
That data we are stored in property file or Excel file.
That's good. That's good. Correct. Getting a data from an external source. Here we are using config.properties, or we can use Excel file, or we can use CSV file or a TXT file. Getting a data from an external source. That is called data driven. Okay. And why Selenium WebDriver is used?
to launch the website?
To browsers. Okay. The testing in a browser, it can be an Edge browser, Firefox browser. All the methods are we can use as a Selenium WebDriver. Okay. So what is TestNG used?
Annotation.
Yes, all the annotations we have before class, before method, before test, and basically the test itself at the rate test which we want to execute. All the annotations and also test ng.xml where we can program of which test case we want to run. Extend reports, basically what we can do with extend report, guys.
To take the report, detailed report.
Yeah. So extend reports are the reports where we can submit to clients. For example, let's say you have regression suite, right? And you have to run the entire suite and you have to present the report to the client. Okay, these are all the test cases have executed. So it acts as a proof and UI look and feel. Since Pavitra and Dharni has shared the screen, you have seen how the look and feel of the extent report looks like. And also, what is also possible in extent report, taking a screenshot on failure. That also is there. Okay. And we'll also see Chrome and Edge browsers. I think one of the questions asked by one of the folks in the class, like how we'll run the same test case in Edge. We'll do that in this particular framework. Okay. Also, we'll try to see the Firefox. It totally depends on the browser. It totally depends on the RAM of a particular machine. So in companies, they'll give you a proper laptop or 16 GB, 32 GB RAM. We can easily run. And also further, there is also a CI/CD pipeline. If you guys are really interested, we can go there also. We can do the Jenkins. We can see how we can add our same framework with the GitHub repo. How we'll do exactly the same what industry standards. Okay. So let me know if you guys are interested. Totally depends on interest. Okay. And completion of it's not only about completing a framework. It's all about how you guys learn it, how you guys ask questions, and everything. Okay. So if you want to write, you can write, or maybe you can write this first thing: data-driven Selenium test suite. What other things are used here? Just write this. We'll start explaining each and everything slowly by slowly. You can copy all the content. We'll create the framework from scratch. Take a minute to just write all those things. So let me know when you're done, guys. Then, guys, good. Okay. Now, the second thing which we have already used a lot in our program or the project is pom.xml. Now, let me take you back to my project framework. Let us see what and all needed. Okay. What and all you copyright, always make sure you understand the dependency. So let me stop the share. So let me now share the screenshot here. Okay. The pom.xml, double click it. So many people got issues here. So few of them worked with HTTPS, adding HTTPS. I think few of the folks have connected with me. And also for few of them, just click on window and preferences, try to go to Maven, and then click on this download artifact Java. Okay. It depends on system to system, or maybe the Java version, a number of things are there. But for me, it directly works. So I'll just use the same. Okay. I'll just use one of the things and we'll understand what exactly we are doing, not directly copying, guys. Okay. Let me copy the dependencies, but let you guys tell me which dependency is required. Let me copy this till the project. No, not till the project, till the build. Okay. Project will be there. Now, let me click on enter. Let me paste. Okay. Now, before telling, before closing it, guys, remember why we use this dependency, Apache Poi? Apache Poi, I don't remember. Okay. Why do we need this? Fast XML or JSON core or JSON? Do we need this both?
No, sir.
Right. So since we are not using a JSON file, right? Let us remove this dependency for our project from scratch. Okay. Let us remove. Now, do we need this both login.login4j and log4j API and log4j core? We need this. And what is this dependency?
Log4j for login
Yes,
purpose.
good. This basically used for downloading the jars for log4j. So basically, what with the logs and all, we are using it that we need it. Now, do we need this dependency?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, it actually provides the dependency for the Selenium web driver. Okay, so that is Selenium. Do we need this?
Yes.
Yes, this is a
Yes.
web driver dependency. So this is a test engine dependency, right? Now, you tell me, do we need this?
Yes, sir.
This for extend report. Okay, till this fine. So I would have told you guys till this point the plugins and the properties. What exactly are this? Okay, if you don't know, that's totally fine. So basically, these properties and the build is basically used to run a command line. So how you guys doing the right click and running to test ng class? That is basically in Eclipse. Since we have inbuilt the testng framework, the testing framework. So the command line, if you are opening a command prompt, they also should know what exactly how we'll run mbn test or how we'll run test ng.xml through command line. For that, we are using Maven Sapphire plugin. It's a Maven plugin. You guys remember how we download the Maven and we added the path? One of the class I have explained, and also we have done with the Rajesh while sharing his screen. For
Yes.
that, we need these guys. Got it?
Yes.
And also, we are specifically mentioning the sweet XML files, which is testng.xml. That exactly we are mentioning so that we can actually run testng file through mvn command. For that, we need. Okay. Any doubts in pom.xml, guys? Any doubts? Any doubts? Always make sure whatever the version is latest or the stable version, you can download the latest version based on your project. Okay. Now, as soon as you click on save, you can see here it builds, means it downloads all the jars. You can see jars automatically getting downloaded, each and everything. Okay, you can see in Selenium, Chrome driver is there, Edge driver is there, Firefox driver is there, IE driver is there. All these things we can play around. Don't worry on that front. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll come from the beginning. So don't worry at all. If we go to resources, since we have downloaded the log4j, right? So we will keep this in test. Sorry, not this. Okay, let me copy that. Wait. So let me open it. Let me copy it also. So log4j2. Here we have taken main, but it's an actually testing resource for test cases. So I just right click here. This is our Orange HRM automation framework. Just click on the file. The file name should be log4j2.xml. So log4j2.xml. It should be an XML file. Okay. Let me click on finish. Let me paste it. Okay. Understood, guys? Easy. And also, let us fill one by one. Can I also write my config.properties here? If I want username and password, just like I think how Pavitra has used. Can I add in the test resources file?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me right click. Let me add a file. So config.properties. So if you want to know in depth on this file, I think we have created. We did one session when we are doing the Java before Selenium. I think config.properties, how to read the file, how to get the property values, etc. Okay, so if I open my let me stop the share. So we are going parallelly, guys. Okay. Wait, let me stop the share. Let me share the other screen. So in the real world, when you're creating a framework, guys, you should know each and everything. Okay. Now we have created all the plugins. Okay, we did till this point. Now in config.properties, what do we exactly store? So we can store the URL, basically the open source demo which we're trying to store, the credentials, and if you want to use timeout, the implicit wait, we can give 10 seconds, or the if you want to do max wait, etc. etc. We can add. Okay, these are the things which we can store as an external file. Since it's a very small project, open source or in HRM, so in real world you have to store n number of things. Okay, for example, let me give you an idea. Let's say, Raj, what is, do you shop in Mintra or do you shop in Amazon, Flipkart, something like that? You don't shop at all. Okay. Dharni, what is your favorite go-to place, an online place to shop?
Amazon, sir.
Amazon. Okay. Let's say Dharni shops in Amazon. So let's say in real world, when you have a website called Amazon to automate, so n number of things can do, right? Let's say Dharni is a privileged user. There is something called prime user, right? There is something called non-prime user. So there is something called, so let's say Dharni is in Bangalore. Okay. Maybe Dharni wants to order in Tamil Nadu or Dharni wants to order in Delhi, right? So n number of users might be there on it based on n number of locations. On n number of things can be added in Prime. Prime can have Amazon Prime can have 1 day delivery, where a regular user will have 5 day delivery, right? All these things we can add in a config properties or an Excel sheet where this particular thing is a data driven testing. So our framework is highly evolved with the data which we're getting from an external source. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Good. Okay, let me copy this. I'll do exactly the same. Let me paste it in the chat. Slowly by slowly, guys can copy also. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Let me go to another screen. So did I copy the, okay. I just copied till the username and password application details. So you guys have to tell me everything now. What exactly hash remains? Don't worry, we'll go very slow. I'm going literally the slowest possible as I can. Okay. Okay, I'm already sharing. Is it good? So let me paste it here. Okay. So will this be read by the Java?
No, sir.
No.
Sorry? No, right? Because hash works as a comment in .properties file. Credentials will also not be read. Now, here admin and password be read like this. Okay. So basically, I'm storing three things here. Since we are doing a very simple project, URL and username and password. Only the positive scenarios we are giving it here. Okay, guys. Any doubt till this point? Form.xml, config properties, log4j2. You want this explanation also? We can do.
Sir,
Any
one
doubts till this
doubt.
point? Yeah.
Sir, log for 4J2 code is there, right?
Yeah.
So basically, where we will get, sir? Like if we are searching on.
Basically, where will?
No, sir, we will get this code. Like how we have a repository like code, right? So
Okay. Where you want to get this code?
no, sir, like if you are doing on other system, right? So
Okay. So basically, you can get it online itself, right? Just Okay, let me go here. So you'll get a basic, just type a basic log4j to XML file, right? You can get a number of copies, okay? So base, so try to see with AI1, you'll get very simple, right? Appenders. So you have to understand few things here in the log4j2. So appenders and loggers, wherever you start, you if if you know the basics of XML coding, right? When you put console, right, it means something adds here in the console, right? If this tag is not given, console is not worked. So other thing is, okay, let me explain my file only. You just can get log4j code anywhere, right? Just type basic code and you can play it around. But only thing you have to understand, Rajesh, is how the tag works. Which tag is doing what? Do you guys remember what tag rolling file does?
So it will save the previous day works and all.
Yes. So rolling file is basically this one, guys. So go to logs. This is rolling file. Rolls means each and every day it executes based on this file name and file pattern. The file pattern which you gave, this one. So this is entirely rolling file pattern which executes here. You can pick and choose your log4j based on your needs. So for me, I wanted, let's say, pattern. I wanted to save it like this. So you can see the pattern of every log whenever the logs are generated, right? You will see here with date and time, and you will see what kind of test case, which type of class it executes. So few of the tags are very essential. Appenders, console if you want to type in console, pattern if you want to have a proper pattern in console or proper pattern while storing a file, and the loggers. Appenders and the loggers are very, very basic. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if you just try, basically go to online, try any of the basic configuration. This is a very basic file. Okay. It doesn't have a rolling file. It doesn't have a pattern. Simple pattern is there in console, but not in the rolling file, etc. So you'll get a number of things based on your requirement. And why do we use log4j.xml again? Again, guys, why do we use it? Few things I would have this. Yeah,
Like, so that will track the activities. Like what are
to track all the logs. Logs are very, very important. Okay. For example, go to here, go to this project. So you can see 29, I executed one log. See from 22nd, 10, 20, to 10 to 11, 13. So 26 also we executed a log. See n number of hours we executed. So I was practicing, I think, on the day from morning. Huh? I don't know. Wait. When was it starting? Okay. So I think 5:30 I started. From 5:30 I was doing all the way till our class ends. So 11:21. So it is recorded, right? So even I'm fascinated by seeing these logs. Okay, how much time we have worked, right? So this behavior will not come in system.out.println. Okay. Basically, logs are also very, very essential. To design that how the logs look like, this is just like a root of a tree. Okay. A root, a heart, and soul, how the logs will look like. Any doubts, guys? Till this point?
yes.
Okay, good. So ask doubts. We're going very slow because the next week assignment for you guys will be create a framework from scratch. I'll give you the websites. Okay. I think like for you guys, it will be very important to take any website to, if for example, let's say we have like 15 or 14 students in the class, I'll give 14 different websites. If I want, I can give to each and every student. It's totally fine if you guys can work it out. I'll just give randomly to a student and you guys will build your own framework by your own websites. You can actually order something in Amazon, but it's a test document, test user, something like that. Okay. We will be to that level the framework will create to that powerful level. Okay. Good, good. So let me close this. So this was second step. Okay. Third step. So log4j, whenever you're going to resources and config.properties. So if you don't want config.properties, you can get an Excel sheet and always create a utility. Utility files are really, really, really important. That also will come in a second. Pom.xml is like heart and soul. It's a backbone of the framework where we'll add all the dependencies. Dependencies are nothing but, guys, are the jars downloaded in the Maven dependencies. These are all the jars essential, which are not found in traditional JDK, but are downloaded as a part of the framework. Done? Good.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go to a different phase. Now, the next important thing is main Java. So these are the frameworks which I'm folder structure which I'm about adopting based on what we're trying to do. When I put main.java, when I create packages here, so one of the thing which we have to create is com.base. So if you remember, in the class as the class started when Pavitra was sharing the screen, she created something called base file. What exactly is the base file? I'll show in a second. So now here we'll also use a threading concepts. Since we are using a different browsers, I'll use a very, very basic thing. Don't worry much on that. It's basic simple thread creation, synchronization. I'll just show it here. Base test.java. So yeah, base test is enough. .java is not necessary. Let me click on finish. So now you tell me what exactly do we need in base test? Just your understanding. So base test is the foundation. If you're building an entire building, base is nothing but a foundation. What you will do in foundation?
Launching browser.
Okay, tell me.
Launching browser, sir.
So browsers, okay, launching browsers. The browsers can be Chrome. The browsers can be Edge. Let's say browser can be Firefox also, something like that we'll do. Where exactly we have download everything, I'll tell you. Okay, now, okay, after that.
Test data.
Getting the URL.
Browser close.
Sorry?
Tear down. To close browser.
Yeah, to close the browser, tear down. Okay, tear down method we'll use is basically closing the browser. And you can also add extend reporting if you want, extend report, or you can also add loggers, etc. Okay, all these things we can add. Okay, but for me, I'm just using the first two. But if you want to define in different way, totally fine. Okay, there is a written rule of how the base test would look like, and we'll inherit this in our tests so that we can utilize its methods. Okay, now let us see one by one. So let me copy the base test only. So let me stop the share here. Slowly but slowly we'll go, guys. Don't worry at all. So it's already 10:28. We'll continue tomorrow also. That's not an issue at all. Okay. Let me open the file here. We'll come in a second for configurator.java when we go for utils. Okay. So now this is our browser setup. So here we'll use something called thread local. It is nothing but, guys, don't worry on thread local is a weird term. Imagine, so let's say So we have 6 people which I can see. Pavitra, Rajesh, Dharni, Manju, Reshma, and Lavanya. Okay. So I'm in, let's say, which is the nearest junction for, let's say I'm in Bangalore. So KSR Bangalore is the main railway station. Imagine that. Okay. And now Pavitra is, I think, let's say Pavitra is going to Delhi from Bangalore. Rajesh wants to go to from Delhi, from Bangalore to Goa. Then you might want to go to, let's say, Tiruvananthapuram. Manju wants to go to n number of things. Okay. Now, but I have only 2 platforms. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll pick and choose which train should go. So at a time, only 2 trains might go to one direction. Pavitra, Rajesh can hop in different trains. They can go then Dharni and Manju, then Reshma and Lavanya. So imagine that in a WebDriver situation. Now, here you can see I'm passing the browsers as a parameters. This also I'll explain what exactly is this. Also, don't worry on that. So this one, we can pick and choose which parameters of browser which I want. For example, I'm giving Chrome, I'm giving Firefox, I'm giving Edge. I can pick and choose in testng.xml just how the 2 tracks of a train are there. I can pick and choose in testng.xml which browser I have to run. Or I can run all the browsers parallelly also. I'll show you the entire thing. For Chrome browser, this is enough. WebDriver driver, Chrome is enough. But for Firefox, also this is enough. But also we can download driver. But for Microsoft Edge, we have to download MS Edge driver online, which is available in the, I'll show you the mechanism. If this driver is there, then only the test case will execute. But for Firefox, we can easily give the same class Firefox driver. For Chrome, we can use the Chrome driver. Okay? Till this point, you understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here also we'll have to use this also. Don't worry. Configurator also we have to use. But for now, let me copy this. I think there is little more also. Let me go. And a tear down. Okay. Is a problem with this. Okay, let me go to different screen. You don't have to write it down. Okay, once you start write down, it's a different story again. Okay, and Edge driver, whatever it is, the 3 things we'll add will maximize if you want to maximize. This one is necessary implicit waits. As soon as the browser launches, implicit wait, difference between implicit wait and thread.sleep, guys? Any doubts? Do you guys know the difference between implicit wait and thread.sleep?
So in thread, if you're giving that duration, it will wait for that particular duration to complete. But in implicit wait, as soon as it will dynamically get off after loading.
Good. Exactly means here you have given 10 seconds. Okay. Let's say Dharni has launched the browser. So as soon as in the call started, I think once Pavitra has shared the screen, first assignment, Dharni showed us an assignment, right? Her internet connection was little slow. You can see the browser was loading, and it didn't fail also, right? It depends on the implicit wait. If Dharni's browser is taking 9 seconds, this implicit wait will wait for 9 seconds. Let's say Pavitra's browser, when she shared, it was very fast. If the browser of Pavitra loads 2 seconds, it will only wait for 2 seconds. Implicit wait, dynamic wait. This is the max it will wait. If the browser loads in 1 second, this will execute in 1 second. But thread.sleep of 10 seconds wait, no matter if it works in Pavitra system or Dharni system, it will wait for 10 seconds. That is the difference between both. This we call dynamic wait. Thread.sleep will call implicit, or thread.sleep will call hard wait. Means it will definitely wait. Okay. So let me copy this so that I'm using 2 different screens, right? So let me copy this. Slowly I'll explain, guys. So you take this all, okay? Try to work it out. Try to understand each and everything. Slowly by slowly, I'll explain each and every mechanism. Okay? We copy this here. Let me paste it. So let me stop the share. Let me go to different screen now. You guys understanding now? It's easy, very fast. My explanation is slow because this is very, very important. I know from the day when I'm saying each and every class is important, but I literally mean it. Okay. You have to understand each and everything. Today's class is also very, very, very important. Okay. Let me copy the entire thing here. Let me copy from here. Copy and you just paste it here. Okay. Now, I know you'll have a lot of things. For example, let me click on enter. Okay, what issue we have here? So whenever, so sometimes you might get like this, guys. So it will ask as test engineer, click on add. It should resolve by itself. Okay. Sometimes we'll get it like this. So main, some issue is there because we don't have this one. That's totally fine. Now, as soon as you copy, you might get like this also. Okay. So don't worry on that. Save. Okay. So when you are copying, copy it properly, or then or else don't copy it only properly. Okay. So here it should properly write everything. So public static thread to local of driver equal to, I think it's new of thread local. Now we'll go what exactly is a thread local. As soon as I told thread local, what exactly is threads? Similar to our train, guys. Parameters, browser. So this one is looks familiar with annotations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is nothing but from TestNG itself. Annotation of the browser. If you see parameters, it's from a TestNG library. Okay. So I think everything copied, didn't copy it properly. So instead of system.out.println, we'll use log. Okay. Everything should be having a log. So I might have copied with system.out.println, guys. Try to use logs only. So let me copy this. Log.info. For logs, we have to use a logger library. Okay. Or okay, for the timing, let us keep like this itself. Log we'll see in a second. You have to always follow the indentation. You have to always, everyone should understand what exactly you're doing. Okay. So let me put this. Okay, let me put this properly to this point. So we are also using a WebDriver method. So I would have, I think easily would have typed than doing all these things. Yeah, maybe next time I'll do the same. Okay. So why we have to use if else condition, guys, for the browser? Any idea? If else condition for the browser? Can I not use just if and if? Why have to use if else condition for the browser? You can easily understand it, guys. Come on. It's very, very easy. Why we are using if else for the driver? Yeah, go on. Somebody was telling something.
Sir, if not Chrome, it will come to Firefox. If not, come to Edge.
So the same thing will not work in if condition, if individual ifs. There is simple difference. Okay, I'll tell you. So here you can see, for example, parameters I would have given some value. Browser as Chrome. So if it has given Chrome and the condition satisfied, it will run this. Then will it go to if else, else if?
No, sir.
No, right? If it is if, doesn't matter whatever you get, it will come in all the conditions. That's where if else if is used. Okay. Now also we have used a get driver here. Why we have used a get driver, I'll tell you in a second. Instead of using the driver dot manage. See, here we can use driver dot manage, something like that. No, here I'm using get driver because here we are getting a driver based on the properties parameters. Based on the parameters. So I'll build this properly. You just stay with me. Okay, good. So driver.quit, driver.remove. Good. So now here it says duration of seconds of 10. So there is an issue with config reader. So config reader, so you guys remember, like always we say something we'll have to write in the utils. So I have to create a package, something called com utils. Com uti com.utils, com utils. Now, one of you tell me what is utils, utility? In kitchen, do we
You
have
can
utility
write the
section?
code for usable purpose.
Reusable purpose. So do guys, anyone cook here? Do you guys cook?
Yes, sir.
Good. Do in kitchen we have utility section, utils,
Yes.
where we keep all the reusables. Let's say if you're preparing dal, we'll have all the utils, the container, the spoons and everything. This section is often used as you want to prepare a dal, or tomorrow if you want to prepare some other dish, right? The same utensils are used. So that is called utensils or utility section. The same thing applies in Java. So here we can create n number of files which are often used in the framework. So let me create a class now. The class name should be configurator.java. Now better I'll just write it like this, no? Instead of copying. Okay, wait. I think this would have shut down by now. So configurator.java. Let me click on finish. So I think Import. So what is the issue here? Oh, package is not there. That's problem. So what is the package here? Package com.base. Okay. So okay, only issue is get reader. That's it. Config reader. In config reader, we have to get the property of URL. Okay. Now its public class is there. Now I'll use a static properties files of prop. Now here, let me just hover here. Java util. Okay, dot properties. I can use dot star is also fine, but for now I'm using properties only. So what exactly is this use, guys? To read this particular file, we need something called config reader. Now, this config can be reading config.properties in this case, but also it can be used to read n number of things. For example, Excel file, we can read Excel file, we can read n number of things. It's a reader file. Okay. Now, I have to pass a key to get the URL. So if you remember the class of star, the config.properties, you can see public static string dot of get property. Now, get property, go back to a property, config of properties. If you pass username, we have to get answer as an admin. If you pass password, you have to get answer as admin123. If you pass URL, we have to get this entire thing. Open source demo orangehrm.com. So that is what this method will do. So what is the return type of this method, guys? Return type of this method?
String.
String. So if I just return something, it should work. See, there is no issue here because string will take null values also. But here we are not passing a null value. Just for you to show the error, it is a return type. I just gave return here. Okay, let us use try and catch. Always use try and catch. For exceptions, catch will always catch an exception. So this is a standard library. If you guys want to take this, use it in your projects, that's totally fine. If you're using config.properties. If your project is bigger, use Excel, CSV files, or text files. So text files will reduce a lot of KBs. That is also far good. Excel files will increase your KBs, but it's very all the methods will come from an Excel file itself. A number of things are there, not an issue. So properties will take a parameter called stream. Remember, go to the properties. Properties is a class and it has file input stream as a property where we have to read the file. So file input stream will take and it takes new file input stream. You can give the exact area. So where is my config.properties? So it's here. So let me go here. You can do like this. You can copy the entire thing, right? Or we can easily give from here also. It should work. Since we are in the same project, it should also work the same. You don't have to give the entire thing. Okay. So now this one also should be added. Java.io file stream properties. So if you're getting doubts, guys, let me know. Okay. Prop dot load is the one which loads the config.properties of FIS, and here we can print a stack trace. Print stack trace, and we have to have a return property. So I will use at the end, or you can use a finally block. Both is totally fine. We have to use return. Return what we have to return prop dot get property, the same get property of key, whatever key you provide. Now, if I go to base.java, so the key URL means it has to get a URL. If it's username, it has to get a username and password. Any doubts till this point? The base test and configurator. Are we good? Maybe it's too much for today. Okay. Also, we have to download this one, guys. MS Edge driver. Okay. For that, go to the browser. Just type Google. Since the Google Chrome, Google will be the default. So Edge driver for Selenium. Okay. Go to the website, Microsoft Developer, Edge Web Developer. You have to go. Now go down. You have to always download the stable channel, not the beta channel, not the dev, not the canary. Now, always remember dev channel, beta channel, all this will be ahead. So latest Crow, the version of Edge is 143. Beta channel is like under development. It's a dev channel which is used by developers. Beta channel is one version above the prod version. So when you go to the companies, always you have to see this versions. So in companies, what they do, so developers and testers will test this dev channel. Basically, we call it as staging versions. So this is something called prod builds. So this is what we release to the users. So this is called prod build. So this is called dev builds. Beta channel, dev channels. Channel is totally fine. The version will be ahead. So always download a stable channel. Now, since mine is 64-bit, what is yours based on that? Click here. So this will download the Edge one, Edge driver. Okay. So as soon as you click on Edge driver, so let me stop the share. Second, let me extract it here. So as soon as I extract, I'll get msxdriver.exe, copy it. Now, I'll share the screen now. So in the program, what we have shown is we have to have drivers. In that driver, MSH driver should be there. Okay. For that, guys, minimize entire framework or the folders. Right click in the fold project and click on the folder and type drivers. DRIVERS. Click on finish and paste it here inside the driver. So it should be mshdriver.exe. That's what we are added here. So that is where we'll get the path. Okay. User directly will be till the project, and the drivers MSX driver will be here. Okay. So here also you can see when I go to config reader, I gave from source state resources. So if you copy paste the same project, it should work in your system also. And the basis.java edge path I'm given drivers msh, it should work. So by the end, when we complete the framework, I'll do this what I'll zip this and I'll give it to guys. You guys can play around with this framework and also can do assignment. Okay. Any doubts in this point, guys? You've only seen very few things. Okay. Base project we have seen utils, config.properties, log4j, and the drivers. And also, last but not least, pom.xml. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll wind up here. Okay, since it's like been a few days since you guys have come from a leave, so I don't want to extend. Take today's class and tomorrow join at 9:30. We'll continue the session. We'll try to complete the framework tomorrow. We'll also see the test-ng framework, test-ng run. We'll also see from command prompt. The same program should work with command line, also should work with test-ng XML, and also if you right click on a particular test, it should work. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let me stop the share. Okay, so let me stop the recording.